Raw and real, a space where we have honest conversations about faith, relationship, and purpose. No filters, no pretending. Welcome to Raw and Real with Reverend Benny.
All right, take us back. How did the relationship begin?
Okay, will I say it's just an early part of life? Probably it's almost 13 to 14 years ago. You know, as a young guy who just finished writing work, about to write jam, you will be among friends, people that you see doing other things, somehow doing this, doing that. And you want to feel like, okay, let me just feel among. That led me to find a very beautiful girl, you know, back then trying to write my first jam. We started what is called dating. Will I call it a relationship? No, because it's just dating. Because then, sincerely speaking, if you ask me the meaning of dating or relationship, I will not tell you. That all I know is that we are what? Dating. And to me, then I will call it love, because then we can't spend each night without talking to each other. Any slight thing, you know, I love this person, I love that, but we can't even define the true definition of love. So it happens. Then being under the care of my parents, I can't do anything without letting my parents know. Still young at that age. We started dating. So I noticed that oftentimes she will go out with a particular friend whom she always go out to see. She will follow the girls to see a guy. And when she come back, she will tell me, look at my experiences. Look at what I've seen. Look at this, look at that. I'll be like, oh, okay. What? Why? Are you there? You know, I was so inquisitive to know the actions, because, you know, then I was still young, and she would share all the experiences to me. But something happened one day. While we are either we are talking then or chatting, she made mention of to practice that same thing she saw her friend do with her boyfriend. My mind lost control. I was like, no, I can't do it. Because then she told me that she was a virgin, you know. Then I've not even known what a woman looks like. I told her two blind people cannot lead each other. You are there, I'm there. So there's no way we will do it. And besides, I'm still under the care of my parents. I'm not that exposed to life. You know, this thing led, after we argued it. I was thinking that, yes, it's not the right time. Let's just wait. A time will come when these things will flow by itself. But due to some certain things in life, she couldn't. It led us to have some misunderstanding for, in fact, days, not even a week or so. So one day I was surprised. She called and told me, I'm around your area. Okay, where are you? She visited a sister of mine that is staying close by. So I quickly rushed to that place. While we discussed, everything seems normal, because, wow, I was surprised. Look at the same person that I was having issues with concerning a particular thing. Now the emotions, the everything is good, back to like before. I said, okay, what are we going to do? After discussing and everything, she said, okay, can you on your Bluetooth? Because then it's not Android phone. It's just all this Java and Symbian phone that we are making use of then. She said she on my Bluetooth, that she's going to send me a video. I was like, okay. She sent a video and she pleaded, please don't open this video till I get home. I was like, no problem. She left. I remember that then I forgot to open the video. In the midnight, I woke up. It flashed my mind, the video. I quickly opened my phone. Will I say it was stupidity that led her to do that thing? Because I believe that if it happened in this present time, she will beg for that video to be deleted. So then I saw this girl stupidly recorded herself. I don't know whether somebody was holding the camera or so. Yeah, well, she was playing, making love with another guy. You know, where she got this virgin, and she has the effrontery, she send it to me. I think that was my first time of doing vigil. Not vigil in church, unintentional, because I didn't intend to do vigil. I was awake till morning. I got heartbroken, because at least that was first person to be like, this is first person I had I feel like
Perhaps.
I yes, I love this person, that kind of thing.
Sister Besoma, you are a lady. What do you think that led that girl to do that?
Personally, I feel like she wanted to belong. You know, especially teenage girls. If you're around teenage girls that are already doing these things, you feel like you are left out. You feel like you're not doing enough. You'll be feeling like the Jew person in their group. So just like he rightly said, the girl has friends that are doing these things. And so maybe they have been telling her that she's not experiencing the thing she's supposed to experience as a young girl. She's seeing it that she's being left out. That's why she wanted to experience and see for herself. So one of the things that makes girls do these things is the feeling and the desire to belong.
Did she ever tell you the reason she wanted to experience that?
Not actually that she told me the reasons, just that I believe it was if that influence from that friend. Because I believe that within the circle of the happening, if she didn't find herself following that particular girl, such
Yes.
thoughts may not come to her mind.
So was saying no difficult for you? Was saying no to her demand difficult?
Yeah, it was. It was. I'll be honest. It
Because at a
was.
point, were
It
you almost
was.
considering what she
It
was?
was. Not that. Yes, at most there was a time I was considering, but something, something happened. Just that, like I said earlier, that I was under the control of my parents. No, then I live in the house. My parents are there. I don't even have the boldness to do anything. I was even afraid. Even if I not sure the thought, but to perform the act, there is this fear in me to do it.
You are a young lady. Growing up as a teenager from secondary school, did you ever feel such pressure? You made mention of being among people who are already doing it. Did you ever feel that pressure that people are doing it and you need to feel among? And how strong was it?
It's very intense, especially in secondary schools. Jam lessons, WAEC lesson centers, jam lesson center. It is always very, very intense because you will not just feel to do it. You will be judged. People will be telling you a lot of things that make you feel like maybe you should just give it a try. They will judge you, tell you are being too churchy, tell you don't know what you are missing out on. I think what helped me, just like him, he said his parents. What helped him was Christian setting. I had a very tight background, family, church, fellowship. So you will not just go and do these things because
So,
things
so,
were.
so what you're saying is that that pressure is always intense on
It
on
is
on
really,
girl
really,
children.
really, really intense.
That's
Really,
serious.
really, really intense.
That's serious. What changed about you when you saw that video? Your concept of teen relationship and what changed? What effect did it have on you?
Sincerely, I want to borrow a word from the Bible that say that train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. That then something's wanted to change, something's wanted to go wrong in my life. I wanted to borrow that mentality of revenge. Sincerely, I even not sure it. I wanted even to start it. Like I wanted to be, since this girl can break my heart. Some people will be like your first love. That word, my first love. Imagine, okay, let me in this present time, you see a girl of 15 years or 16 years. When you go to when you go too close to have a personal discussion with her, a girl will tell you, waiting men don't do me. A girl of 15, 16 years telling you waiting men don't do me. So that kind of attitude, that kind of life, it wanted to change me. But sometimes, as at that time, the spirit might be willing, but the flesh was weak.
Now, would you tell yourself that you went into opposite sex relationship too early, unguided? Don't you see that as a mistake now that you're grown?
To me, saying it was unguarded, I will say yes. It was unguarded because the beginning and the end came from me. I started it and ended it.
Don't you think so many young people are being exposed to relationship too early, and how dangerous do you think that is?
It is really dangerous because it's just like he said, even just two, just one primary school students are already dating. They already know what is relationship, they already know what is sex and all of that. And the truth is they are not being guided. Parents are not doing the jobs. Teachers are just there to teach. They're not doing the moral aspect of raising up a child. And these young people don't have trusted adults that they can relate to.
Okay, who who should be preparing teenagers for moments like this as they grow? Who do you think? Is it the church, the parents, the schools, or special mentors? Who do you think should be prepared? Because you were not prepared for such life.
Yeah.
It was too early, obvious. And I believe that if you had followed what you nurtured, maybe you wouldn't be this person sitting down here with us today. So everything about that stage has everything to do with life of an individual. So do you think parents are doing enough at that point? The relationship, even though you had a very good background, do you think your parents are doing enough, or whose job do you think it is to prepare teenagers for a time like that? Because I believe you were not prepared for that.
All the settings are very, very needed, both in the parents, even the school. Because the other day I have a friend that is a teacher. He was sharing a thought with me that he gave his student assignment, and when they submitted it, imagine JSS2 students writing a love letter to a boy in SS1, narrating things that an adult have never think of. So I believe the whole settings is needed.
Well, who do you think should do the first job, Miss Oma?
I think the parents. The parents are not doing that. Let me not generalize now, but most parents are not doing the emotional work they should be doing in the life of their children. The parents are the first mentors the young people need. I feel like if you had this conversation or you talked about this with your dad, this thing wouldn't have, gone the way it, do you get what I'm saying?
I think I share her opinion.
There's this kind of relationship he had with his dad, for example, and this thing is happening even before the girl start asking, even right before the relationship starts. The father would have this is this, do this, do this,
and it depends. There's a kind of relationship you have with your parents, you won't have the boldness
to talk about this thing, because you know how they will land on you.
To extent, that relationship, but parents should do the first job.
Yes.
So if you had that experience when it was still Java phone, Symbian phone, as you said, what do you think of children of these days that are already handling Android phone? Do you think the influence of social media puts them at risk? And do you think it's anything to get worried about by the church and the parents?
Yes, it has really deviated. Now a child can have access to the internet. It has made many to be addicted to pornography, to doing all manner of evil online,
A lot of
without
culture.
parents getting to know. Okay, if you take good counting and statistics of all the girls you know, all the teenagers you know, you find out that many, if not half of them, have many pornographies in their phone. And parents.
I'll not doubt you, because you are working. You are someone who
And-
is working in the midst of
With the
young
young
people.
people.
And parents, most parents know that my child is doing a particular thing.
So parents to an extent contribute.
Yes.
To
Okay, imagine where a girl of 16 years will bring home a boy of 19 years and introduce the boy to the mom as my boyfriend. And the mom will welcome the boy in a good settings, offer him cola.
In the beginning, it was not so.
It wasn't no.
What do you say to parents of these days? As a young people, you've had your own encounters, you've had your own experience, and as a girl child, what would you tell parents about raising their girl children?
The parents, especially our mothers and our dads too. The girl child also needs the presence of her dad in her life, and the girl child also needs the presence of the mom. So I think our parents really need to go back to the drawing board. Parents need to start doing a work on themselves first in order to raise wholesome children, in order to raise wholesome teenagers. And if you feel like maybe the work is too burdensome for you, there are other mentorship platforms you can register this with. That even in church, you can bring that child to submit under a pastor, under mentors, godly mentors, and coaches that will mentor these young people. If you feel like the work is burdensome, but I strongly believe that the parents should be very, very active and present in the life of these teenagers.
Thank you very much, Ms. Summer, for deciding to share this story, and it has brought us this way, and I think we are learning from this. I believe a lot of people, the wound they are carrying today, were wounds secured years during their teenage time.
true.
And if not God who intervened, who knows how far you'd have gone. A lot of people are carrying wounds unspoken, and it's not everybody who would have the boldness just as you to come and share this. And perhaps if you had gone deeper than that, maybe you wouldn't have had that boldness to share. So at that age, A lot of things happen in the life of a growing teenage person. And I don't know if you are watching this, it concerns you. Whether you are a young person, a teenager, a teenage mentor, a youth leader, a pastor, there is a lot of works to be done in a time like this when young people have access to the internet, and a lot of people are missing it. The time we notice it is not when they missed it. A lot of things are really going on in our time, and it is a call for everybody, every parent, to get involved. Get involved. Be the best friend of your child. Know what is happening in the life of your child. Do the best you can to win their love and their openness. Thank you once again. This is Raw and Real. And if you have not yet subscribed to this channel, please hit the subscription button.
This is Raw and Real with Reverend Benny, where faith meets real life.
Thank you so much, sir.